the hospital food is good. Sometimes. It depends on what insurance you have.
Seriously, Gianni, they're not supposed to look at insurance before they give you any type of care. They're supposed to just give you care.
It's the ethics of it. I don't know what they got going on.
Oh, I
They
must
always
got
say it's
some
the
crappy
business.
insurance because I ain't never had. No, I didn't do anything.
I know. I think it was Neo because it came back on and it was like some kind of. It looked like Neo setup.
Okay.
Neo, you did this.
Okay.
So yeah, it wasn't you. Okay.
All right, y'all. Let's get into unscripted.
Unscripted.
By the way, I have new headphones from Rock. They're
Nice.
just called Rock. I'll tag them
It's called Rock.
after this episode if my sound is good. So,
Yes, you sound elite.
yes.
You sound great.
Greetings,
Hey guys.
everyone. Welcome to Truth, Lies, Shenanigans Unscripted, the Friday night web series where we have organic conversation. We must confess we are often off topic, but we're always
Yes.
unscripted.
Yes.
So you never know where the conversation may go. I
So if
am.
you. Oh yeah.
See,
Sorry.
we're
I was
unscripted.
ready to get people to tell us who we are. I'm sorry, but let's introduce ourselves.
Oh,
Go
heaven
ahead.
is calling me, girl. Heaven is calling me, okay? Heaven said, Olivia, speak first. I'm Olivia E. from heaven today. I decided I was from heaven today, so I'm an angel, okay?
Okay, Olivia E. from Heaven, and I am Gianni from Jupiter.
Ooh.
And if you are new to the Truth, Lies, Shenanigans family, TLS is Unscripted is live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Instagram, as you know, and Truth, Lies, Shenanigans live shows are every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss it.
Okay.
So, sorry, what's next? Oh, what do we got cooking up next? What do we got going on?
You guys can catch full episodes and clips after this of at tlsshow.com. And you can download Truth, Lies, Shenanigans wherever you listen to podcasts.
Everywhere. Spotify, iHeartMedia, Apple Podcasts, everywhere.
Let's get unscripted, y'all.
Yes. So today, we're going to first start, I always do a little astro forecast in the beginning. So today I'm going to give you some different astro advice. I'm not going to tell you about what the planets are doing right now. I'm going to tell you how to look up your own birth chart. And the 3 things you'll need, basic, is you'll need to know your time of birth, you'll need to know your place of birth, and you'll need to know your date of birth. And those 3 things, put them in the little calculator on astro.com and you'll find your birth chart. You're welcome.
Thank you. Wait, you're not gonna give me mine though? I'm a Leo, August 9th, 84.
You
I
know what?
gotta do.
I'll look it up. August 9th, 0809. You know what? We don't want people knowing all of that business because once they have your birth chart, they can know a lot. So give it to me on the low.
Oh, let's edit that out, Neo. Edit that part out, Neo.
People are live. They're watching.
Oh,
No, but give it to me on the low, and we can figure those things out.
okay. So thank you, Gianni, for bringing us good energy, good vibes. That's what unscripted is. Now we have a new segment that we're doing for unscripted, where we're gonna bring on a co-host of TLS live show, or maybe you could come on and do some shenanigans with us.
Yes.
But today we're going to have Neo Nix, whom is a co-host of TLS Live Show, come and play with us today. So let me go ahead and invite Neo.
Neo, but not from the Matrix Neo. Just a different kind of Neo.
Bro think he is, though.
Yeah, not the whole Matrix. Okay.
Let me add him.
It's telling me to... confusion.
I'm going to add Neo. I'm going to send him a request. Let's see.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Neo.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Oh, good, good. Wasn't sure if the mic was working. It's the first time I've done the Instagram Live. What's going on?
Very cool. You got the whole setup.
Yeah, this is the lab right here. This is the lab. So, yeah, it's a lot going on. Yeah, I did mess you guys up in the beginning. My bad.
It's okay.
Okay, because I was going to be like Jose and start crying, big tears all night.
No, that was definitely me. I messed y'all up. My bad. We'll get it right. Next time. How's it going?
It's going great, Neo. How are you? How was your day?
Good.
How's your Friday?
It's going well. Busy. I got my wife wants to hang out, so we're gonna hang out right after this.
Nice.
Yeah, because the weather's beautiful up here.
Oh, really? Same in Atlanta. Same over
Yeah,
here.
it's like, was it like 80 degrees or something up here? And
Wow. Okay.
yeah, it's hot, a little windy, but it was nice.
I wonder how Lizzie feels in her apartment. Remember last year when it was kind of cold outside? She said her apartment was super warm.
Yep.
So
Yep, I remember.
I wonder how she feels in her apartment. All right,
Yep.
so Neo next.
All right, what am I here for?
Tell us, first tell us where we can see TLS Live Show, what time it comes on and everything like that, and where the crew is.
Yep, of course, you can always check out Truth Lies Shenanigans every Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific. Or you can check us out Wednesday evenings, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. So yeah, it's a fun show. I mean, we get a little serious from time to time, but we make sure we always end it with something fun. So
Exactly.
but it's good. And of course, Gianni Storm, my co-host of the show, so she's awesome.
Thank you, Neo. I try to keep that up.
Yeah.
Also, Neo, can you tell us a little bit about the new Facebook group that we just started for TLS?
Oh yeah, TLS Pets Shenanigans. So the Facebook group, it's fun. I mean, it's the whole idea is that we want to get your pets, your pictures of your pets, your videos of your pets, and we're gonna actually showcase them from time to time on the show live. See, y'all gonna make me go get my dogs. My dog's in the other room. They're in the other room.
They're not watching NBA anymore?
I love your dog's names. River. Wow.
No, it's River and Phoenix. River Phoenix.
Wow.
So
deep.
If you know, you may not know Gianni, the actor named River Phoenix.
Oh no, I don't.
Because he's, it's old people. Only old people remember him.
I'm youthful too. I don't know who they are.
No. Only old people know who River Phoenix is.
River Phoenix. I like that name. Okay.
Yeah, he's a movie actor from way back when.
I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, you should look it up. Yeah, you should look it up. I think he was in the Goonies or something. I think he was in the Goonies.
River Phoenix. Cool name. Okay. So, Neil, we're going to play a game with you today, and it's
All right.
called the Quick Fire Who Said It?
Who said it? All right.
Oh, you want to give
Shall
a little
I
bit more?
start?
She came up with the game. So basically, how does it go? Sorry.
So basically, it's quick fire. Who said it? We took it from your segment. It's a quick fire. Now you're
Okay.
gonna have to decide which one of your co-hosts, or maybe even you, that may have said it. Now we couldn't make it that easy for you, so we had to duplicate some of your co-hosts. All right, let's
All
get
right.
started.
Let's
The
go.
first
Oh, by the way,
one-
I saw Lizzie says they don't know who River Phoenix is.
I've
I'm
seen him. He's
still
very
upset
handsome.
that you didn't include me in the people that don't know.
Because you probably know who he is. But go ahead.
I don't
Go
know
with
who
your
he
game.
is.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so the first one we have is Lil Wayne endorses Trump. That was the quick fire. Quote,
Who?
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne endorses
Oh.
Trump.
Okay.
Quote, why does Lil Wayne look like he just graduated from the Hogwarts? Who said it?
From Hogwarts. That's got to be Rob B.
Good job. That was right.
I was right. Okay. Yeah, that's got to be Rob B. Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Good job.
That's the only person who would say Hogwarts. Because, you know, he was on Nerdpocalypse. He was on the Nerdpocalypse podcast last night.
Yep.
So he's definitely the nerd of the group.
Yeah. You would know about Hogwarts.
He wouldn't know Hogwarts. He would be saying,
Okay.
if it wasn't him, it'd be me.
Okay, so the second one is Khloe Kardashian catching COVID. And
Okay.
and one of the quick fire answers was it's all Kim's fault. Who said it?
It's all Kim's fault. It's all Kim's fault. It's got to be either me or Lizzie. I'm
No.
going to go with me.
Good job.
I was right.
Good job. How are you getting this? You must really know your host.
You know how much TLS I watch?
Yeah, that's true. You do a lot of editing too. Okay. Fair enough. Good job. Good.
By the way, for our viewers, you all can answer too with us and play in our shenanigans. All right, the next one
Yeah.
is
Hi,
NRA
Kiki.
files for Chapter 11. So
Okay.
long, cowboy. Bang, bang.
So
Who said
long, cowboy. Bang, bang.
Who
So
said
long,
it?
cowboy. Bang, bang. Hold on. I'm going to. It sounds like a Rob B, but let me think about it. It could. So long, cowboy. Bang, bang. I'm going to go with Rob B.
Good job.
Ding, 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 ding,
Oh, look at me.
You have the answers?
I
No.
told you my brother is
No.
a freaking genius.
I
He's
am
very
no
smart.
genius. I
Very
am no
smart.
genius.
Okay.
Mello
Let's
even
get it.
said Rob.
It just
Okay.
sounds like Rob. It sounds like something Rob would say. That's why.
Okay. You guys know the host. Okay. AOC, this is the quick fire. AOC getting Employee of the Month at Goya.
Okay.
The answer was you can get the finger, the middle.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Lizzie. I'll never forget that one.
Hey.
Good
That
job.
was definitely Lizzie.
Yes, Lizzie. Good job.
That was definitely Lizzie.
That
All right,
was good.
Shaq
What up?
and Megan the Stallion.
All right.
He definitely should shoot his shot. Who said it?
He definitely should shoot his shot. That's me. It's got to be me. He definitely should shoot. Oh, it had to be Gianni then. It was
Yes.
Gianni. It was Gianni then, right?
Good
You
job.
still
Yeah, it
lost
was me.
It was Gianni. I knew. I was. Oh man, y'all got me
Nah,
right.
Okay. He
All
had
right,
to get
last-
one wrong. Okay,
Last
so the last
one.
one.
Go ahead, Gianni.
Yeah. So the last one, Neo. The quick fire was: is it possible for Trump not to lie? And the answer was, I think the only thing he has been truly honest about is how much he loves his daughter. Who
Oh,
said
I know. I remember that one. That was definitely me.
Good job.
He loves his daughter a lot.
Okay, so you still hold true to that comment. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, yes. He, he, lo- he loves his daughter a lot.
Good job, Neo.
Good
All
job,
right, so I
You
just,
Leo.
won.
No, he
well,
won't.
I still miss one. I miss one.
Yeah,
I
If
should
you're
have. I
not
should
a
have got the
winner,
Gianni one right.
yeah.
if you're not a winner, you're a loser. Okay.
Hey, 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 hey. I'm always a winner. Always a
Extreme.
winner.
Good job, Neo. Thank you so much
well,
for joining
I-
us.
well, this was fun. I appreciate it.
Neo, Nix, do you
Yeah.
want to tell us where our viewers can find you?
Oh yeah, at Neo_Nix on pretty much all major social media platforms. So TikTok, Facebook, Instagram at Neo_NYX. Neo Nix. NIO_NYX. There you go. That's it. You just put in the thank you, Gianni, for putting it in this. Yep.
Thank
Thanks,
you
Neo.
so much, Neo.
All right, guys.
Joining
All
us.
right.
Now have fun
Thanks
with
for
your
having
life.
me. Yep. We're gonna go out and have some dinner somewhere. We're gonna go.
Ooh,
Yeah.
lucky.
Yeah, it's a nice night. We're going to do it outdoors because, social distancing. We're not eating inside anywhere. So.
Keep it safe. Keep it safe.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you.
Peace.
That was fun. We have to have more people do this kind of like
Yes.
join us before the show really dives deep. Okay.
Yes, we do.
We're
We
going to get into our
definitely do.
recap now.
Okay. I'm a little scrambled.
No, it's
I'm a
okay.
little scrambled. My eggs
Scrambled
are
eggs.
good. But they're
My eggs
scrambled
are
right
good,
now.
but they're a little scrambled. Okay. Okay, so we basically are going to recap now, guys. We had Neo join us for a game, which we're going to start to do regularly on Unscripted. I'll have people join us. So if you want to join us at the end of the show, you have an opportunity to. We're going to ask you a pretty cool question, so get ready. And like I said, if you see the send request to join, hit that if you guys want to join us at the end of the show. We're going to bring people on. Or one person, sorry. So
Yes.
let's recap.
So for our recap, I want to do the two guests that we had. We had two doctors, girl. Okay. So our first doctor that we had, woohoo, from the UK,
Yes.
Dr. Phil Heaton.
Dr. Heaton.
Yes. He gave us so much advice on physical health, as well as he leads by example, being an athlete himself. And he's physically active, and he has unconventional ways about rehabilitation.
That's true.
The most important thing that I got from him was that we don't rehab perfectly, and we all can. So we have the mechanisms to rehab better so we can be better in the future. And remember, he said that every generation should be a little better than the next when in terms of rehabilitation.
Yes.
And
in general, anything. We always want to be better in the next generation in education, in rehabilitation, in stimulation. I'm kidding. In everything.
Stimulation. See? Didn't we talk about prophylactics the last conversation? We did have Dr. Eliane Simrad from Canada.
Yes. From Canada. From Ontario, to be exact.
Yes. He's a Canadian wait, I have a degree.
Immunologist.
Who spoke to us about the effects of the vaccine, and he even spoke to us about the Trump administration and the ill effects of how they handled the pandemic. Very great guys. You can go to, again, TLS Show and look up the full episode. But they were very, very insightful and gave us a lot of education for that episode.
Yes. both of the doctors gave us a lot of insight, so you guys should watch it on YouTube, the replays of those episodes. So now we're going to get into some of the hot topics we talked about on the Truth Lies Shenanigans show the past week. For the past week, we talked about Nicki Minaj's mother suing the hit and run driver that killed Nicki Minaj's father, unfortunately. So she's suing the driver for $150 million. And the host discussed whether she should sue him or not.
Is she married to him?
To the father, Nicki Minaj's father? She was. We found out that she was married to him at one point, and then they separated. I don't know if it was legally. I'm not sure. I didn't look into it that deep afterwards because do I care? The NCAA apologizes. And the NCAA is the national, this is the second topic we talked about. The NCAA is the National Collegiate Athletic Association, and we spoke about their treatment towards the women's tournament. In one of the pictures that received a lot of attention was a woman's training session that had just a few yoga mats, and it was in the corner of some YMCA looking like gym, and the men's tournament arena looked fully stocked, and it was beautiful, and it was everything you needed to train. So not only that, it was their food, it was their COVID testing, it was their hotel, it was their little gift bags. Everything was different in how the treatment of women athletes was towards men athletes. So you guys should watch that episode. It was very insightful. Now, this brings us to our other subject, the issue of guns and gun control, because we talked about Colorado and the Atlanta mass shootings. Two of the mass shootings we covered, and we talked about how it was so easy for these young men to be able to get automatic assault rifles. So, yeah, that brings us into our main discussion of tonight, which is the issues of guns and gun control. Olivia?
Now we do have another new segment that we're doing for this episode. We have a question for you all viewers, because of course we need you all to help this thing keep going. We're going to ask the question now. We're really not going to touch on the question, and at the end of our segment, we're going to ask one of you all to join us. So our question to you all is, should gun safety be taught in school, such as how sex education is taught, or algebra, or geometry? So our question, let it marinate on you now, and then at the end of the segment, request to join us or make a comment in the comment, and we'll bring you on to answer the question: should gun safety be taught in school? So let's get into it, girl.
Okay. So we're talking about, when we first came up with discussing this, it was such a vague topic. So we're just going to give you some statistics about maybe the United States for right now, or just in general. Let's see. Okay. So some of the statistics include, as of 2019, there were no federal laws banning semi-automatic assault weapons, military-style caliber rifles, or handguns. That means that there was no laws. You can get those things. There was no law saying you couldn't get those things. The United States, with less than 5% of the world's population, has 46% of the world's civilian-owned guns. That statistic is ridiculous. Okay. There are some bans on firearms in the U.S. There are some bans on firearms in the United States, bans on concealed weapons and on the possession of certain types of weapons, as well as prohibitions against the sale of guns. So those are some laws that say you can't buy this type of weapon, and their prohibitions are like,
is it federally, like, is it, or is it just state, each state?
That's a good question. I think it might be federal.
Oh.
Let me see. Certain types of weapons. No, there's not, because there were no federal laws banning semi-automatic. I don't know. I think in general there might be federal laws banning certain type of weapons, but the ones that are continuously being used to commit mass shootings are not banned, like um, semi-automatic, like assault weapons, rifles. So those are kind of some statistics. What did you have to say? How do you feel about that? About what I just said about the statistics that most Americans, most people out of the world that own like I can own a gun are in the United States. So basically, in the United States, we all own the most.
Okay,
out of the
Lizzie
world.
says it's state by state. So my opinion
Okay.
is it's just like
You
I
say
know
for this one.
I talked to
Yes.
I know I talked to Neo, and you know, he thinks that my opinions might work for one person or one family, but not for a population. My opinion is I condemn the man who created the mad scientist that has created guns and atomic bombs and all these mad scientists that have done that. I think the earth would be a so much better place without guns. That's how I
Yeah.
feel about it. I think, like, even what you said with the statistics, there's too many guns, period. Like, it's
Robbie
simply,
said that too.
it's just too many guns. It's too many guns. And while I was coming to you to talk about it, I started looking up different statistics too. And even I found one that said in Australia, they did, I guess it would be like considered federal, where they just eliminated high power guns like across the board, not state by state, but
Okay.
across the board.
Yeah.
And they noticed that their gun crime went down significantly and their suicide rate. And not only that, they noticed that the other crimes didn't elevate. So it was that people were just finding other ways to commit crimes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like
They weren't
it
doing
worked.
that.
Right.
I see.
I think everyone needs to drop their arms. Like, that's how I feel about it personally. I think guns.
What would you say to the people that feel, and I'm not one of those people per se, but what would you say to the people that feel like, no, I have to protect my family? Like, you don't know if.
But do you have to
anything
protect your
can happen.
family if the next man doesn't have a gun? If no one had guns, then,
Exactly.
and no
That's a
one
good
had
point.
bombs, so how would you need to protect your family against? You wouldn't have to protect your family against guns if you're not. We're fighting guns because we have guns.
Yes, that's true, because they're already
What
here.
do you?
So,
Go ahead.
sorry. I was just going to ask, do you think that the government should come into people's homes and take their guns?
Now, what they did in Australia was the government went and bought back all their guns. It says the government went and
They bought them back.
yeah, the government purchased newly banned firearms at fair market value and then destroyed them. 30% of their stockpile.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
The statistics are probably completely different in Australia than in the United States. But I
True.
do know that, like, one of the statistics was like every 15 minutes in the United States, somebody is shot. Like, somebody's a victim of gun violence. So then it's like, why are we taking so long to do something about that?
Do you like guns? Do you like them for hunting? Do you like guns? Or do you feel like guns need to be put down? What's your feeling on guns?
I feel like I don't necessarily like guns. I don't have like a feeling to want to use a gun. I definitely have shot a gun before, like in practice, like at a gun facility range thing. I believe I have a gun permit to be able to have a gun, but I don't have one. But I feel like if I were to have a gun, it would be in soul of protection, but I don't see why I would need one. I have a taser right now. I feel like that's good enough, and I can fight. So it's like I'm gonna take my chances with those two things.
Oh, you like Lizzie over here. You She has a saying
Yeah.
that she always says
She goes like
about
this.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Lizzie
So I'm
says
thinking,
that you can protect your family without a machine gun or an assault rifle, and hunters
exactly.
do not use machine guns or assault rifles. Those weapons are for military combat use, and I agree. Um,
So guns, I think in general, nobody, a lot of people do feel like us in a way. Like, well, I can't say that for a fact because look at America. If a lot of
they
people felt
love
like
their
us,
they
then guns
love their
wouldn't.
guns.
Yeah,
They
then
love their
guns
guns
wouldn't
in America.
exist. They do love their guns. It would be
Oh,
interesting. Does anybody have an opposing like view on guns? If you guys would like to join us and speak on that, that would be cool.
yeah, I would like to know the opposing view on guns because me, I don't even understand that hunting stuff. Like that's like no. Like
I never understood it.
I don't find that as a sport. Like just take out a
Yeah,
gun and go
to kill an
hunting
animal.
even. Yeah, to go kill an animal. So I
I know
don't
a
find
lot of people that like feel like hunting really genuinely is a sport, and I don't understand it at all. Like I don't understand why you can't just shoot at a non-living target that moves or something. But yeah, no, people. I lived in Hagerstown, Maryland, for like 3.5 years, and it was like coming from Providence, Rhode Island. It was such a culture shock because a lot of them did deer hunt, and they wore camo and camouflage and. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I moved. It was just like I hated it. Like, why are you killing deer? And why do you love deer jerky? Like, I don't know.
yeah. Yeah,
Can't.
they
I
had that
can't.
out in where I live at. So another thing I saw too was that okay, so it said that 180% of attempted suicides are with a gun.
With a gun. Yeah, I read that.
Yep. So
Wow.
and
That's a
and
huge percentage.
gun also makes interactions with police deadlier. So here we go,
Yeah.
problems with guns.
Yep.
And then the USA has the homicide rate is 25 times higher than the combined rate of other high income nations. So can you explain to me because I'm not familiar with the gun laws and what we're trying to do because I know Biden tried to do something before. Um, so we can't
Recently.
eliminate the guns. That's what you're saying, right? That's not
I
possible.
feel like I don't think it's necessarily impossible, but I do think that it could start a like a lot of people are conspiracy theorists already, so they already feel like okay, it's gonna be martial law, and then the government's gonna come in and kill people or take their guns from them. I don't think that it needs to necessarily look like that, but like you said, maybe proposing something like we'll buy your guns from you, and we can like you said. I don't know. It's hard to convince Americans because it's not. It's like a lot of mistrust here, and
It
it's like
is.
if you realize that nobody has guns, then you would never need one to defend yourself, like you mentioned earlier. Oh, so I don't know. It's kind of just have to trust that.
And then another thing I
Yeah,
did see on NPR that
it'd be a
said
horrible.
that gun deaths related injuries not only it causes uh, the country itself, has an economic fall from it. So um, if you were to eliminate the gun violence, you would have a direct medical cost, rehabilitation, the justice system, loss of income on victims. Um, so you're losing all that as well because of the gun violence.
Wow. So it's like it, of course, affects all across the entire board with gun
Yeah,
violence and being involved. I mean, yes, no question. I think that, like Neo said, there's no great argument for guns to keep them here anyway. But I think that it's going to be hard for Americans to give that up for certain Americans. Because I know people with very strong gun beliefs, like, and they haven't been here. They're not like good old boys. Like, they're just young people who really
they
feel
Proud
strongly.
Boys.
No. And then it's also kind of like a symbol of power in a way. Like you see a lot of people in our culture using guns in music videos and kind of just asserting their like masculinity or whatever their aggressiveness. And it's
I saw that
it's
in
the
one
thing
of the statistics. It says that actually when you give a person a gun, they have a statistic that it actually makes them more aggressive.
really
I saw
like
that
it's
in NPR,
behavioral.
on NPR. That was NPR. That's
I
got to
can
be
imagine.
somewhat legitimate. It was talking about domestic violence and what it does when you give a man or a woman a gun and how they tend to use it.
It's a weapon. It's a weapon. Like imagine having like a huge like machete and not feeling like just walking around with a machete. You just feel like, you know what I mean? It's weird. Like you eventually just start feeling different. Like you take on, it's a whole weapon. It's a whole source of, it has its own energy. So like with guns and the history of why guns are here and the wars and things like that, like no wonder these guys feel puffed up. Let's read some comments really quick. Sorry.
Okay.
Lizzie said, you can protect your family without a machine gun or an assault rifle, and hunters do not use machine. Okay, we said that. Sorry. And then, okay, we don't have any new comments. Sorry. We read these already. Okay.
I did want to say one thing though. I wanted to tell everyone, I already told you, Gianni, but I want to tell everyone, like, I don't know, for our viewers that's watching other places in the country that you are, like, for instance, when I go to Ethiopia, like, when there's a fight breaking out, you know how when there's a fight breaking out here, you're like, oh, let me get out, let me move, because they might start shooting. No. When there's, hold on. Is that better?
Why?
Hey. Hi.
Can you see me, Elle?
Yeah, I can see you.
Can you see me? Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, hey, Chaotic
Neutral Pod is here. Oh my God, she's about to graduate from high school. I actually love her so much. She gave me some motivation. I'm old, right? But is my screen better, Neo?
Yeah, it looks better to me.
Or like, okay. What was I saying? Oh, I was trying to say that in Ethiopia, like a fight. Hey, Jose, girl, where you been at?
Hey, Jose.
Where she been? She ain't even been on here all day.
Salsa.
So in Ethiopia, the police do not even have guns because they don't need guns because they're not fighting guns with guns. Now, like I was telling Gianni Storm, the government, the army has guns, but your police do not have guns.
So in Ethiopia, police officers don't have guns.
No, they have a stick because there's not gun violence and people don't have, there's strict gun rules.
Yeah.
So there's no option to carry a gun concealed or unconcealed. Like, guns are illegal, period. Across the board. You can't have it
there at all.
You can't. Yeah. No, you cannot have a gun, period. Okay. It's like marijuana. It's like illegal.
Yeah.
Like, it's
okay.
So when people fight, they pick up a rock. Yeah. Just like when I was looking up other countries.
Not a rock.
A rock. Yeah, you pick up a rock. No. Look, Nello's laughing.
It's over. It's over.
Lizzie says police in England don't carry a gun.
I don't think police should carry guns.
But at the same time, to carry guns if you're fighting guns.
Yeah, like, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not for, like, the government coming in and taking people's guns away, but I'm also not for guns being here. So we got to figure something out in between. That little gray area needs to be not so gray. It needs to be, we need to come on now. But I do think it has something to do with the mistrust. I keep saying that people don't trust
it is
guns.
Yeah. It's the mistrust, and
That's too big, though.
it's the middle part of the country, right?
Yeah.
It's that middle part. They have they own the most guns. I think it's the middle part.
Oh, really?
Those, yeah, those people in that
Like
middle part.
Midwest
Oh,
or mid? I don't know.
I went
You're
to
like,
art
don't get
school.
me.
I went to art school. Biden needs to give me back 50,000, okay, for my
I feel like
degree.
they'll be forgiven one day. Student loans will be forgiven.
I
Hopefully.
didn't have a professor like Lizzie, so I don't know what the Midwest is. I just know the middle part. Call it the middle.
I don't think that's what Liz. Okay, wait. We have some new comments. Neil said we should invite Chaotic to the show. Chaotic, join us if you want. Send a request. Jose said, hey, I had the day off and spoiled myself with sleeping on the couch. Okay, I know.
Chaotic, do you want to answer our question? She's actually leaving school and still in school.
Answer our question.
Do you want to answer our question, Chaotic? Should gun safety be taught in school as a course if you're still online?
If you're still watching us, send a request and Olivia will accept it. And Lizzie said, listen, I paid over $100,000 in student
But she's a
loans.
professor. I'm still a regular person.
She paid 6 figures in student loans. They need to give her an award or something. Jose said, incredible how many reports of people carrying a crap load of weapons.
Yeah.
Give me my refund. Liz, you should get at least half of that back.
Lizzie doesn't get a refund. Lizzie is a professor. She's giving back to us.
I know. She should at least get half of it. At least.
Half. I'll give Lizzie half. Me, I need 100%. 100% because I don't even know where the Midwest is.
You're like, so it didn't help.
it didn't help. Okay.
Yeah. So, with your question, because somebody may join or they may not, but basically, where did your question come from in regards to teaching?
Okay. So my question is
gun safety.
Gun safety is basically my question is, should gun safety be taught in school? Because I'm sorry, I'm trying to adjust my lights. Because how did it get dark all of a sudden? And it starts from almost around age 3, and the conversation becomes more explicit when you get to 10, 13, 14. Age 3, you see a gun, stop. And what
Teach them at age 3?
Teach them at age 3. When you see a gun, stop. Report the gun to an adult. Tell gun safety. A lot of children pick up guns and play with them. They think they're toys. And there's a lot of gun deaths because of that. So we need to teach our babies, because there's so many guns out here. We need to start teaching our babies what to do when they see guns. And the first thing is stop. Stop what you're doing and go tell an adult. Do not touch. And of course, when you at 10, 11, 13, the conversation becomes more explicit. We talk about how to maybe use those weapons, this and that. Some people have their children hunting at that age, but we have to start at a point. So my question is, do we leave it up to the parents to teach it, or should it be taught in school because everything else is taught in school?
I think that when we're teaching children about gun safety, like we're teaching them about sex, it's not so much making them in fear of sex. It's more so or guns. It's more so making them knowledgeable about what a gun can do. Just like in driver's ed, when they teach you, oh, when you drunk drive, this is what happens. And then you see like people's, like, this is graphic, but like you see people's like brains splattered everywhere because they just got into this wreck. Like, and yeah, that's how driver's ed did it. It was very graphic, but they tell you that. So it's like, are we going to teach them in light of knowledge, like teaching them so that they can know this is the effect of what a handgun can do? Or are we teaching them like, don't ever touch a gun?
Well, that's what we want our audience. Does any audience member want to come on and
let's read some of the
and let us know what their opinion is? Lizzie, do you want to, Mrs. Professor, do you want to let us know
Does anyone
what your
wanna join?
opinion is?
I'll read real quick what Rob said. He said, we need to teach adults to store weapons responsibly. I agree that kids need to recognize the dangers of a weapon. And Neo said maybe Robert Jose will send a request. So, yeah, we'll leave that in the air. What do you guys think about children being taught about gun safety and school? Should their parents teach them or should their school system teach them? I personally think that it is an interesting thing. The reason why I don't want I don't want my child to not be aware of anything. I want my child to be aware of all things. But to teach it is almost like telling them, I don't know, it's almost like introducing them to it.
So you're gonna have them in sex education?
I'll teach them. I've always
So
talked
you're gonna take them out that class in school? So you're gonna
No, I
have your
wouldn't
child...
take them out. I wouldn't take them out. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know how it's necessary.
How is sex education necessary?
Because I feel like I don't know. If you have good parents, what is the teacher? I think your like teacher should teach you things that are like, I'm like, hi Neo.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Yeah, I feel like teachers
gotta
should
hear
teach you
this.
things that like, because it's like my brain is trying to tell me, because I know people are watching, but I gotta be honest. Like, I feel like honestly, I feel like you can teach sex ed in school, but it's like they're only gonna teach you like the books about it, like what's documented. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I feel like there's more wisdom in you as a parent teaching your children about gun control and how police are targeting minority groups and stuff like that. Like, stuff like that, I feel like it's a culture thing. Like, a family.
Sex can make a child.
Sex and stuff like that. Yeah. But in school, I don't know. That's me.
Okay, Neo. So you are our audience member that has joined us to answer the question. Should gun safety be taught in school?
No, because it depends. I mean, your conversation has been about making sure that we reduce the number of guns. If you're reducing the number of guns, then why are we teaching gun safety? Because inevitably, if you start teaching gun safety, now of course, you start teaching people that guns is an appropriate thing to use, a way to handle situations that I just feel like it's hypocritical to talk about gun safety, but let's stop gun violence. I mean, that is one way potentially for dealing with it, but I just don't think it's the best way. I think the best way is just to kind of move on and from guns altogether.
So do you
See,
think...
we lost Gianni.
I'm about to bring her back. So do you
There she
think that parents should be teaching gun safety to their children at least?
I just don't think children need to learn about gun safety. I mean, I just don't think that's something. I think we need to become a society where guns are not so prevalent. And if we're teaching gun safety, then that increases the prevalence of guns. That means we're pretty much accepting guns as okay.
Accepting it. That's why
Yeah.
that's why I kind of feel like I get it though. Like, I get why you would teach it, because it's already here and you want to just be like sex, like you said, like teaching about sex or drugs or something. But it's like, I don't know, like it doesn't make it, you don't want to make it right because they're being taught.
It normalizes it, right? It normalizes guns. I mean, we don't want to normalize guns and make it.
Sorry.
I mean,
I feel like everybody's being kind of... you want me to normalize having sex, unmarried.
I don't want you to normalize that.
You want me to normalize that.
But it is normal. It is normal because you want to have sex to procreate and have children at some point in your life. So you want to teach safety on that. But guns is a totally different thing. I mean, sex is a way of life. And we have to make sure that, we're teaching safety with that way of life. If we start teaching gun safety, then we're saying that guns is a way of life.
Like, we have to accept it because it's here.
Yeah, that
won't change.
Okay.
But,
Let's read some while Neo's here. Let's read some comments, because actually we got a whole bunch while he joined. Lizzie says, let's be realistic. The government is not reducing the number of guns. School teaches about the effects of drugs, she says. Jose says, my dad has a hunting gun, unsecure, but growing up, I knew to stay away. It would always hidden and locked away.
My grandfather had a gun too.
And then I don't know what this word means. That's why I need my money back from Biden for my degree. This is not a utopia. This is not paradise. We have to adjust to reality. So
Well, she helped you out. Utopia is paradise, so she just.
Oh, utopia is paradise. Okay, copy. Okay. This is not a utopia. This is not paradise. We have to adjust to reality. Yes, I understand.
We are teaching people how to protect themselves. We can't pretend guns are not a thing. Yes. That's where it gets tricky because you don't want to be like, well, what do we have here? But it's like, it does normalize it though. Like at the same time.
You missed it. Robbie agrees with me that it says normalizing 100%, Neo. That's the only problem that it normalizes. Sex is a normal part of life, a way of life. If you want guns to be a normal way of life, part of life, then yeah, okay, yeah, that's what we need. We definitely need to be teaching gun safety. If we're saying that everyone should know how to be able to learn how to use guns, then we need to make sure they're doing it the right way. Yes. Yeah. I'm saying I don't think it should be a normal part of life.
And I don't think having sex before you're married should be a normal part of life.
I didn't say before you're married. I said having sex.
Yeah. Yeah. This is
okay.
It's good though. It's a good argument because it kind of is. It's like that is an alternative. Like maybe just start teaching the kids about guns and stay away from it or be afraid of it at a young age. I mean, that's an alternative.
Or simply what to do when you see a gun.
I mean, I feel like it's human nature when you see anything dangerous.
They play with it. They're kids that shoot themselves by accident.
Yeah, kids. Yeah.
You know, they pick it up. They think it's a toy. They don't know what to do. And so maybe there has to be something in school that says when you see a gun,
if the gun was not near the child and available to the child, then your problem is solved.
So it's the parent's fault.
You don't have to teach them gun safety if they don't have guns available to them. It's pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah, but like Lizzie said, Neil, that's the paradise though, because sometimes, or like that's the unrealistic sometimes version, because sometimes that's not the case, and people are about that life and have guns laying around, and they have little bad kids that are like, what is this?
Yeah, there are aberrations to every society, every situation. But again, if we're teaching it, we're normalizing it. We expect that there are going to be a few situations where guns are in the child's home, but that shouldn't be a normal thing. It should be a once in a while, drug addict situation or some bad parent or something like that who does that. Sure, we can't control those things all the time. But if we start teaching gun safety, it does normalize it. It says, okay, we're good. Everybody can learn. It's okay to have your gun out because we taught your kids how to use them. So, no, I mean, I'm not cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we love it. Thank you, Neo.
All right, well, I got to go.
Insight.
I got to go anyway. My pleasure.
Okay.
Got to get to the wife.
Thank you, Neo.
All right, guys.
Going for dinner. Have fun, guys. No, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you. Okay, so that was I feel like our talks are good, and I learned so much from you, and I still feel like there's still something I can take from teaching our kids about gun safety. I can still take something from that, definitely.
Yes, and I take something from you and Neo and everyone watching.
Yeah, and commenting, definitely.
Yeah, everyone commenting, it's very, very, very insightful. Neo, wrong again. No, y'all gonna hash that out on y'all show.
Yeah, she's like, that's the vote that you guys gotta pick. Okay.
So look at this. We're out of time, girl.
We're out of time, guys.
So me and you aren't gonna have our game today.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But I'll still be missing you.
Yeah, we'll play it. We'll play the game sooner next time, or like we'll play it for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because we love the game. I love the game show. It's my favorite part.
Okay, I still believe in disarm everyone.
How you could go on and share.
And you know, one thing about unscripted, we can all what happened? One thing about unscripted, we can always come back and talk about the subject whenever. Something happened to Gianni Storm. Let's see. Let's get my girl back in here. Gianni Storm. Can't let my girl go out like that. It's okay, Chaotic. I would love for you to join us. Oh, hey! Hi!
Hey,
Hey! We're out of time, but did you hear our question?
a little bit, yeah. My Wi-Fi was kind of up and down, probably because, there's a lot of devices all at once.
Okay, so we were talking about guns, and do you think, because I know you're about to graduate from school, do you think
Mhm.
gun safety should be taught in school?
Yes, especially since, you hear it all the time in news, and people always think like, oh, it's not going to happen to me. And with that mindset, you're kind of setting yourself up for not being as aware and knowing like your surroundings, and especially since some people are more susceptible to like having those kind of experiences happen to them. So, like fire drills, that's why it's in our school, because you would think, oh, it's not going to happen. And with all those instances, why can't we have the same thing for like, gun drills, like making sure like for shootings, if we have all these other things about, different weather conditions, why can't we have the same thing about events?
Yes. So we agree. So you're one person that actually agrees with us. Yes.
Yeah.
Bring gun safety to school.
Because sometimes it actually happens in the school, so why should we not be prepared if it does happen? Like, better safe than sorry is like kind of the mindset, because if you don't have the mindset to be prepared, then having the casualties happen is not really gonna have the mentality that you want.
Yes. Okay, so even though we're a little bit out of time, I'm your biggest fan. It's me, by the way. You probably never knew it was me, but it's me that watches
It's always so
you.
confusing. Like
Now
when
you can
people have like, yeah.
you can put a face to it. It's me that watches you. And can you tell us where you can see Chaotic? This is my
Oh my
you know.
gosh.
I know.
So fluffy.
Where can we find Chaotic, and where can the people see you and tell them about you?
Yeah, so I'm chaotic neutral. My kind of podcast is like I go all over the place. It's very conversational and it's just whatever. It's just improv basically. I only have like the initial topic and then I just bounce around. And I'm on like Spotify, I'm on Apple Podcasts, like wherever streaming website for podcasting, that's where I am. I also have a Twitter, and sometimes I just, post random thoughts that I uh, think of. It's KO Neutral Pod, and that's where I'm up and starting since I was like, should I have a Twitter? But finally got to it.
Are you streaming your graduation?
I'll
Girl, because
see.
I want to see it.
I know we took pictures today because like we had to do a senior video, and I was thinking, oh wow, and it was windy, so our Cassie had to hold on to it. It was really surreal because you never see yourself like gonna go out because you're so used to doing the same thing. So me, I'm so used to being in high school. So I think when I finally get that piece of paper, I'm gonna be like,
I
oh,
know. You said that the other day. You were like, I don't believe it's going to happen until it actually happens. And I'm like, I don't believe it's going to happen until it actually happens either. Let me see it. But love you. Love what you're doing. I love that. Like I told you, I commented. I love that. I love when I see, you have your own spirit, you have your own, you do what you want to do. And I love that you're doing what you want to do. You're not following anybody's drummer man. You're your own drummer man. So keep it up, girl.
thank you.
So enjoy. Thank you for joining us.
No problem. I had a really fun time, and I love what you guys do as well, like having input and insights and different opinions.
Yes. Thank you. See you.
See ya.
Bye. All right, so I can't get Gianni back. Where is Gianni Storm to close me out? Let me try her again. Hi, Avi. I think that's Avi. I tried getting Gianni Storm, but that's all the time we have, you guys. You can see more unscripted episodes on IG at, oh wait, did I not say his name right? I hope I did. You could catch more unscripted episodes on IG at 6:30 p.m. ET on Fridays. Don't forget, we need your support to keep the conversation going. Follow, like, subscribe at tlsliveshow.com. Watch Truth Lies Shenanigans this Sunday, March 28th. Big Jerk. Okay? So, we have Norris Mullings, aka Big Jerk Chef from Big Jerk Wings and Tangs in the DMV joining the crew at 4 p.m. So check out the show, and you can always download the podcast and on iTunes or anywhere you listen to iTunes. Also, join us again next Friday. You never know what may happen. If you want to join TLS Unscripted, DM us. Comment in the comment section. DM us. Join us in the comment section if you want to join us for a segment of TLS Unscripted. On behalf of myself from heaven, yeah, I'm from heaven, and Gianni Storm from Jupiter, peace, you guys. And Neo says, I know. We may have Big Jerk on Sunday. We may not. Either way, still yummy. I'm still hungry. Oh, I want to give my final shout out to Mello and my dad, and for giving me good spirits, and to Neo Nix for giving me a good spirit too, and to Gianni Storm, cause sis, I wish it was closing me out. Peace, you guys. I'm so hungry. Lizzie, Uber me some food, please. Uber me some food. Bye.